Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in right here on Wonder Dads Gaming. Great to have you all out here watching our broadcast. It's going to be a pretty cool race at Pocono, 2.5 mile track in Pennsylvania. We only come here once a year in our iRacing Fun League. Going to be an interesting track. Every corner is different. I don't know if you guys ever seen this track, but every corner has a different banking, and they're actually modeled after different tracks. I know one corner is modeled after Indianapolis, and then another one's I think. They put me on the spot here, but like Richmond or not Richmond, but like New Hampshire. I don't know. I forget the tracks. I should have looked that up off the top of my head. But each corner here is a different banking. Turn one, turns two, they go in through really high speeds, wide open down into turn one with pretty high banking, and then two is pretty flat, and three is the flattest corner on the whole track. So it's going to be interesting. They call it the tricky triangle for a reason, and it's a very hard track to tame. So we're going to see one interesting race, and there's probably going to be a little bit of strategy coming to play here. Not too many cautions probably tonight. It's pretty wide open through these straightaways and has one of the longest straightaways on the schedule. Real quick, we're going to show you our playoff standings real quick. So right now, Corey Goodall has the current playoff standings, and John Ledger's in second, Matthew Karakoff's third, Brandon Fiedler is fourth, Joe Tardif is fifth, and John Scheidrich is the sixth place. Those guys are all locked in with wins. Everybody else in the yellow and red does not have a win or is not locked in with a win quite just yet. And then everybody in the red is on the bubble trying to race their way into these playoffs. Alrighty, guys, so moving on forward, let's go ahead and show you guys last week's results. Congratulations to Brandon Fiedler on the win last week at Chicagoland Speedway. And while we're talking about this, I'm going to go ahead and share the stream real quick before I forget and make sure everybody gets a chance to watch this. But congratulations, Brandon, on the win at Chicagoland. Got to talk to him throughout that race a couple times, interviewed him, and he said he lives not too far from Chicagoland. I've been there many times myself, so it's always fun watching that race, racing there. But these guys put on a heck of a show. If you guys missed it, it was an interesting race. A couple cautions. I think that race held the most amount of cautions we've had all season long in one race. So if you guys missed it, it was a crazy race with a lot of wrecks. So we cleared a few things up last week and made a change here and there. I'm not going to really talk about that, but let's move forward. But congratulations to Brandon on his win last week. Last week, also P2 was Wes Gallo. He managed to rebound nicely from being wrecked earlier in the race and came home P2. He was closing in on Brandon and came home P2 in the closing laps. I believe we went in overtime, and these guys raced to the line and a green-white checker. So it was pretty interesting. Pretty good race. Congrats to Wes, though, on a podium P2 finish. Alrighty, moving on back. Third place was Aaron Warren. He comes home P3. Right behind him in that photo, you see Joe Tardif, who had a fast car all race long. And then right behind Joe was Bryn George. And also Elliott Swope was also in there as well. Elliott actually was in third place, I believe, on the final lap or the second to last lap. And I thought Elliott was going to get that third podium spot. And he actually fell back on the very last spot. I think out of turn 4, Arian beat Elliott in the last lap, last corner, to third place. Podium finish. So congrats to Aaron on that P3. So there's your 1, 2, 3 from last week at Chicagoland. If you guys missed it, it was a great race. Alrighty, so moving on forward, here is your cup standings. Let's go ahead and get rid of this photo here. And, oops, there we go. There's your current cup standings after 3 races. Tonight will be the 4th race of this season, of the Cup Series season. And we'll see if we can update that after this is going. But notable mentions here, Wes Gallo moved up 7 spots after finishing last week at Chicagoland. So he moved up greatly in the standings. And big movers, Luke Mahone, who missed out last week, he has 1 win already. He moved down 8 spots for missing out at Chicagoland. And I'm just going to share the stream real quick. There we go, before I forget. Alrighty, guys, so moving on. There's your current points. They're under qualifying right now, so let's go ahead and get on track, and then we'll bring that up for you guys. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in right here on Wonder Dads Gaming. We're at Pocono Raceway, and this is qualifying. Right now, we'll go ahead and show you guys the current qualifying standings. Right now, Luke Mahone in the 5 car, he has the fastest lap on track with a 52.82. There he is on track with a brand new paint scheme. Luke Mahone, fastest time right now on track. He has 1 win so far in this Cup Series, looking to make some points up here tonight at Pocono Raceway. Right now, P2 is John Ledger. He has the second fastest time in that 25 car. Third on track and qualifying is Jeffrey Belk in the 55. Steve Moorman has fourth, and Zachary Ward in the number 9 has a top 5 right now in qualifying. Let's take a look at David Galloway Jr. He's also on track in that 27 Chevy Camaro, and he is putting down his qualifying lap as we speak. Also, Marshall Dugan, he's out there putting down some laps. Marshall told me that he just bought this track, and there you go. He's already wrecked into turn 1. So, sorry, Marshall. Didn't mean to show you off as you're wrecking there. But there you have it. That's qualifying. And let's see, David Galloway has qualified P6. White flag is out, so qualifying is about to be wrapped up here in just a moment. And there you have it. So, Luke Mahone on the pole for tonight. And we'll go ahead and interview him here in just a second. I'm going to make some previous race announcements before we get started here, and we'll go from there. So just bear with us, guys, and we'll go. We'll pull Luke Mahone up here in just a moment. Alrighty, cars are getting on grid here, and let's go ahead and pull them up. Alrighty, there we go. Cars are all lining up on screen. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle here. I should have changed this before we got started. See if I can change this. No, of course it's not going to change it. I had cameras set up and it did not work. So here, bear with me, guys. We're going to go run through the field just like this. So real quick, starting in the first place position, there is Luke Mahone. He's qualified the pole. Congratulations, Luke, getting those bonus points. Starting P2 is John Ledger in that 25 Monster Energy Camaro. Love that paint scheme, John. That is my favorite. Starting P3 is Jeffrey Belk in that 55 Toyota Camry. Starting in the P4 position is Steve Moorman in the 26. Starting P5, Zachary Ward in the number 9. Starting 6 is David Galloway Jr. in the 27. Starting 7th is Joe Tardif in the number 88. Starting in the P8 position is Wes Gallo. That's last week runner-up finisher in that 07 car. Starting P9, Craig Ridge Jr. in the number 94 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Good to have you out there, Craig. Starting P10 is Bryn George in the number 54 Toyota Camry. Starting P11, Jeff Laraway in the 71 Ford Mustang. Starting in the 12th place position, Matthew Heel in the 53 Chevy Camaro, running a new paint scheme out there. Starting 13th is Brandon Fiedler. That is last week's winner at Chicagoland. He's going to get the EOL tonight for winning last week. Also rocking a new paint scheme in that 39 car. Starting in the 15th place position is John Scheidrich III in that number 95 Chevy Camaro. And then starting P16 is Eric Olson in the number 64. Starting 17th, Marshall Dugan at the tail end of the field. And there is your starting lineup. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for joining in. This is Pocono Raceway for 190 miles. We are doing 75 laps here. And it is the Tricky Triangle. And we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a moment. Let's see if we have time to pull up the live leaderboard. There is your starting grid once again. Pace lights are off the pace car, so we're getting ready to go green flag racing here in just a second. Green flag in the air. We'll pull up Luke Mahone here in just a second. Quick, green flag in the air. Luke Mahone takes him down the front stretch into turn 1. So 2 by 2 down into turn 1. Luke still has the lead. John Ledger on the high side. Steve Moorman coming up through the field. He's back there in a 3rd place position. Oh, John up in the wall. Makes a little bit of contact there. Out of turn 2. Down into the backstretch. John Ledger has an edge over the leader here, Luke Mahone. But Luke is holding on that bottom line as the preferred line through that corner. Alrighty, and out of turn 3, here they come down the front stretch for the first time. Luke Mahone's going to lead lap number 1 at Pocono Raceway. And as we said before this race got started, this is one of the longest straightaways on the NASCAR schedule. And as they head down into turn 1, high banking in there, that is the highest bank corner of this track. Alrighty, let's see if we can pull up Luke Mahone, give him a little quick interview before we get started here throughout the rest of the race. I shouldn't say before we get started, we already started. Hey Luke, it's David up the booth, you got me?
Yep.
Hey man, just want to say congratulations, running a little bit behind here on time, but congrats on the pole, get those bonus points, and lead lap number 1, getting some laps led here tonight, so a lot of points making up. How do you plan on attacking this race tonight?
I plan on just staying in the front, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
Yeah, I know. This race, usually as it gets spread out, everybody gets kind of, spread out as this race goes on is what I meant to say. And I don't know, usually we're pretty caution-free, so track position matters. I feel like if you could stay up there towards the front, you kind of have it in the bag, but you're looking fast so far out there, Pocono.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay away from Matthew. It's kind of crazy. Before the race, he DM'd me, was like, hey, want to crash for fun again? I guess he's trying to troll or something, I don't know.
Oh boy.
I'm just trying to stay away from him, just to keep the beef down. Yeah, I don't like the smell of it.
Alrighty, Luke. Well, thanks for talking to us. Good luck out there, and congratulations on those bonus points, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, man.
Alright, there you heard it from race leader Luke Mahone. Qualified on the pole here, lap number 4 of 75 at Pocono Raceway. Moving back through the field, there's John Ledger, followed by Steve Mormon in the 2nd and 3rd place position. These guys coming up through the field. John's looking like he has a very fast car out there tonight. Steve Mormon, though, has moved up 1 spot from where he started up in 3rd. And Jeffrey Belk right behind him in the 55. And there's Zachary Ward, who we haven't seen in a while. Zachary Ward in number 9. He knows how to get it done here tonight. And last year, if you've watched this race in the iRacing Fun League, Zachary Ward had a really good battle with Joe Gregory. Joe Gregory and Zachary Ward battled side by side at the start-finish line for several laps. Those 2 guys were the 2 cars to beat last year in the iRacing Fun League. So keep an eye on that number 9 car. He's got a fast car as he drops down the bottom here to pass Jeffrey Belk on the inside. And we'll see if he can get it done once again here at Pocono Raceway. Alrighty, our race leader, our race winner from last week is moving up through the field nicely. He's moved up 5 spots from where he started. That is Brandon Fiedler in the number 39, making his way through the field. And we'll see where he can finish here tonight at Pocono. Looking like a brand new paint scheme he's running there with 921 Mobile DJ on the side and the hood. It's a good looking car. Right in front of him is David Galloway Jr. He started in the P6 position. He is right now 3rd place in the Cup Series standings. Looking to make some ground up here tonight at Pocono. And he has, let's see here. He's got 1 top 5 and 2 top 10, so David Galloway has nothing to fear. He's got some points coming his way. He's looking pretty good in the standings. If he can continue his run here in the Cup Series, he's going to get those playoff points moving forward at the end of this. Just needs a solid, good run here in the next couple weeks. Alrighty, look at Brandon as he's making his way to Zachary Ward's bumper here in the number 9. He's moving up through the field nicely. Now moved up 6 spots. He's running P7, chasing down Zachary Ward in that number 9. Right now, the top. Oh, Zachary Ward up in the wall. That number 9 made contact with the outside wall after turn 3. Not sure if that's going to slow him down at all. We'll keep an eye on that. But Brandon's wasting no time at all, making his way up through the field. He's going to capitalize on the number 9 getting loose. Still side by side down the backstretch. Zachary Ward not giving up. He's hanging on that position. Alrighty, guys, moving back through the field. Here is Corey Goodall in the 333 car. Corey, if I missed you in the driver intros, might have skipped over you. Sorry. But Corey's out there on track, currently running in the P11th place position as he makes his way through turns 3 on lap number 7. Corey is your current overall points leader for the series. This current season, he's got 6 top 5s and 15 top 10s, so Corey's looking to continue that success. He's been consistent all season long, rather, and is getting all those points he can. And he currently has those overall points standings. He also has 1 win this season. If you guys missed it, Corey Goodall did win at Daytona, first race of the year, so he is locked into the playoffs. Moving back to the field, there's Craig Bridge Jr. in the 94. Craig Bridge Jr. is also 5th place overall in the standings. He has 1 top 5 and 10 top 10s. Currently looking to make some ground up here tonight. But so far looking very good. He's in. So far he's inside the playoffs. Right there in the 8th place position. Sharon Laraway, good to see you out there. Happy Thursday. She also says good luck to Jeff in the 71 and Craig in the 94. Thanks for all I do. I appreciate that, Sharon. Always fun to see you come out and say hello. Alrighty, back here with Marshall Dugan and Matthew Heel in the 53 car as they make their way through turn 2. That is a tunnel turn. Eric Olson back there in the 64 car. These guys racing hard for position. There's Marshall looking to the high side, trying to make the pass on Matthew Heel. Eric Olson, though, right there as well. He's looking to the inside of Marshall Dugan here. Eric Olson is this year's 2024 All-Star winner. He won at Talladega in a voted race from the members. We all voted a race at Talladega this year for the All-Star race. And Eric stole the show, led that race, and won it. Did a great job, Eric. Awesome paint scheme as well. Jeff Laraway also on track. He currently is in the 17th place position. He is right there in the 71 Ford Mustang. He's chasing down Eric Olson right there in front of him. Alrighty, guys, moving up back to the front of the pack here. That is Luke Mahone, who's in turn 1, followed by John Ledger in the 25 car. Steve Mormon still hanging on to that P3 position. But look at this. He's side by side with Jeffrey Belk in the 55. These cars right here on track are all under a blanket. They are super close together as they make their way out of turn 1. Down the backstretch, Steve Mormon leads them in. He's moved up still 1 spot from where he started. Oh, and we have a spin. Oh, car loose. That is Jeffrey Belk. No, that's not Jeffrey Belk. That is Brandon. Who was that? That is Wes Gallo in the 07. Got crazy loose going into turn 2. I'm sure he was helped back there. We can take a look at that. Let's go ahead and rewind that real fast and take another look. And let's see if he had some help going in the corner. I noticed all these guys have the same paint scheme, so I got really confused here. But going into turn 2, looked like they were 3 wide, just nowhere to go. Zachary Ward in the middle with Brandon Fiedler all the way on the bottom. Just didn't have anywhere to go there. Already back to live racing here. We're on lap number 12 to 75, and Luke Mahone has led every single lap. He is stealing the show. Bryn George in number 54, he's making his way up there. He's moved up 3 spots from where he started, currently running the 7th place position. He's also run a new paint scheme out there as well. But back to that wreck, I think what we saw there was just Zachary Ward was in the middle with Brandon on the bottom and Wes on the high side. I think he just didn't have anywhere to go. And those 3 cars were trying to shoot for the corner all at the same time. And that turn 2 is a really tricky corner. If you're not on the right line through there, you're going to end up in the wall. So I think that's kind of what we saw from these cars on lap number 12, I believe. So cars starting to get a little spaced out here tonight, as I knew it would. Pocono does have kind of a stretch where we don't see much action for a while. This is a 2.5 mile track, so definitely gets spaced out. Like I said, it's a tricky triangle. A little bit hot here tonight in Pennsylvania, 90 degrees outside. Oh, Jeffrey Belk in the 55, really loose out of turn 3. We just watched him save it. Goes all the way down the bottom of the track, and Brandon Fiedler in the 39 is going to capitalize on that. He's going to pass him on the high side along with Zachary Ward. But that 55 car managed to save that, almost lost it coming out of turn 3 just moments ago. Joe Tardif once again racing out here tonight, looking to make up some ground in the point standings. He is currently 9th place overall this season in the whole yearly 2024 points. And right now in the Cup Series, he is currently top 5 in the point standings. So he has 2 top 10s, looking for that first win of the playoff schedule. He does have 1 win in the overall yearly standings, with 1 top 5 and 9 top 10s. Joe's looking to make up some ground here. He has been a force to be reckoned with last year in the iRacing Fun League. He knows how to surely get it done here. Let's take a look back here at Marshall Dugan. He's back there in the 45 car. Like I said, he just bought this car, or not this car, but this track rather. He bought this track before this race started. So trying to learn the track, it's a very hard track to learn. So for a first timer, he's doing a great job out there. Eric Olson right there behind him is looking to make the pass, but Marshall's doing fairly well for a first time on this track. I am terrible at Pocono, to be honest. So every time I come out here, it's so hard to learn these corners. Every corner you have a different line, different brake style, and it's just hard to set up a car for this track. It's one of the hardest tracks on the schedule to master, along with tracks like Darlington. But he's out there right now in the 15th place position, still trying to learn some stuff out of this car and track. And we'll keep an eye on him all race long to see where he can finish tonight. Alrighty, not a whole lot of action going on here tonight. Luke Mahone still has that race lead with John Ledger right behind him in the 25 car. Those two guys have been 1-2 all race long. We're on lap 16 of 75. And so far, our biggest mover of the race is Brandon Fiedler in the 39 car. He's moved up 9 spots from where we started. He did get that EOL for winning last week at Chicagoland, but he's moving up through the field really nicely as he's trying to make his way up to Steve Mormon right in front of him in that 26 car. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at Brandon's race specs here as we watch them on track. So right now, overall, Brandon has 5 wins this overall 2024 standings, with 9 top 5s and 11 top 10s. He's doing really well this season. He also has the Cup Series points lead with, after 3 races, he has 3 top 5s, 1 win, and 3 top 10s. So looking to get his second win of the Cup Series, and we'll see if he can get it done here tonight. But he's going to have to battle with Luke Mahone here, because Luke is stealing the show away at that number 5. Let's see where he can get this car up there as he makes his way through the field. Not sure if we're going to have any cautions out here tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see where these guys from the back can finish up front. One guy I'm pretty surprised with who hasn't really made up a lot of ground is Matthew Heel in the 53 car. Matthew Heel right now currently has 4 wins this overall 2024 season. He has 7 top 5s and 7 top 10s. He hasn't made up a lot of ground here tonight, but we are keeping an eye on him to see where he can finish that car. currently has 1 win this season in the Cup Series. And that 1 win is his only start, too, as far as the Cup season goes. All right, like I said, cars are getting pretty spaced far apart here tonight. And back to the lead. There's Luke Mahone down into turn 2 as he approaches in the backstretch. John Ledger in the 25 has a pretty big gap back from the leaders here. Right now, Ledger is just about 1 second back. Looking at John's overall points, he is currently 2nd place overall. He currently has 1 win in the 2024 season. With 8 top 5s and 15 top 10s, he is a force to be reckoned with in that Monster Energy Camaro. He's had a great season and great run so far. If he continues this success, he'll do nicely in the playoffs. But he is already locked in and sitting nicely in the playoffs. Right now in the Cup season, he is currently 6th place with 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Moving on back, we've got Steve Mormon, who's under fire from Brandon Fiedler and Zachary Ward. Steve Mormon right now, currently overall, he's still looking to get that first win of the season. He's also on the bubble in the playoff standings. And we're trying to see if he can make his way in. He needs another good solid run here tonight. He is currently 18th in the points overall with 11 starts. He has 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. And we'll see if he can make it in. But right now we'll pull up those playoff points. And that is your current playoff standings. So Steve Mormon in the red, currently 17th right now in those playoff standings, rather. He is -12 outside looking in, so he needs as many points as he can get to get his way in the playoffs. Mark Ward, though, in the 16th place position, he is the last car that's inside the top 16. He has not shown up here lately, so he might get pushed out. And Steve Mormon, that might be his opportunity to get in. Matthew Heel also looking to get in the point standings as well. And there's your current playoff grid after Chicagoland. But look at these guys on track. Brandon Fiedler's made the pass around Steve Mormon, and now they're 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Brandon up 10 spots from where he started. Zachary Ward looking to make the pass on Steve Mormon as well. He wants to be up there in the top 5. Actually, he is top 5 right now. He is the 5th car back. 22 laps to 75. We stay green flag racing here in Pocono. Thank you guys so much for watching us here in the iRacing Fun League. And good to have you all out here watching us. Always stop by, say hello, and leave a comment so I know you're out there watching. And let us know who your favorite driver is. We'll go ahead and pull them up and talk to them a little bit or show them off and show off their paint scheme. So let me know who you're rooting for out here tonight at Pocono, and we'll go ahead and show them their car. Luke Mahone and John Ledger pull off the track from the lead. They're making their first pit stops of the night here at Pocono Raceway. Looks like everybody in the top comes down pit road. Brandon in the 39, Steve and Zachary Ward all in pit road. Wes Gallo also on pit road as well. David Galloway Jr. follows in the 27. Corey Goodall in the 333 car, he comes in. Craig Bridge Jr. stays out on track. Joe Tardif as well stays out on track. Those two guys are going to try and lead a lap here. And Jeff Laraway, he also stays out on track. It's kind of interesting to see if maybe Craig, Joe, and Jeff all are on the same strategy here, but they stay out. Bryn George, he also stayed out. Everybody else on the left side of the screen is on pit road. And there you have it. All right, John Scheidrich is also on pit road in the 95, along with Eric Olson in the 64 car. Matthew Heel also brought his car down pit road as well in the 53. They're all off pit road, on track now. Lap number 23 of 75. So right now, your new leader is Joe Tardif in the 88. He is leading them to green. He is not pitted yet.
Caution's out. Not
Oh,
caution's
caution is out.
out. Earl, you sure you got your release mark correct coming into pit road?
And it's
Yes, I
Matthew
do.
Heel involved. There you have it. Matthew Heel, heavy damage. He just exited pit road moments ago, got on track. Tires still cold, lost control of that car, and completely destroyed it. He's going to have to tow that car back to pit road. Marshall Dugan spins, trying to avoid the wreck. Let's take one more look. There you have it. Heavy damage to that 53 car. That's going to almost put him out of the race. He has one fast repair as he has to tow it back to pit road. It is very unfortunate for those guys. But Joe Tardif benefits greatly from this. He has gained the points or the race lead, so he is the biggest mover for that caution. He capitalizes on that. He's going to bring it down pit road. Luke Mahone right now being scored P2 in that 34 car. Alrighty, so that shakes things up a little bit. Was not expecting there to be a caution. I was not expecting Matthew Heel on cold tires to spin it out of turn one. Pretty exciting stuff. That really shakes up the race. Luke Mahone thought he was going to run away with this one here tonight, and we thought we might stay caution-free all race long, but that was not the case. First caution of the night is out. Lorraine Neha, thank you for commenting. She says, go John Ledger. I agree. I love that paint scheme. Love that number 25 Chevy Camaro. So we're rooting for John Ledger out here tonight in the 25 car. Excuse me, I cannot talk tonight, guys. He has a really fast car out there at Pocono. He is third fastest on track, along with Joe Tardif and Luke Mahone, or he was also second fastest right there behind the leader of Luke Mahone. But it'll be interesting to see what Joe Tardif does here. I think he's going to come down pit road, and he does. And he has a fast car out there tonight, just needs that track position. Luke Mahone actually drops down there below him. Everybody on pit road right now. As we move back through the field, there's John Ledger in the 25 on pit road, Brandon Fiedler in the 39, Zachary Ward, Steve Morman, Bryn George, Jeffrey Belk, Wes Gallo, David Galloway, everybody on pit road right now at this time of the race under caution. Jeff Laraway looks like he's going to stay out, along with Eric Olson and Craig Bridge. They stay out behind the pace car as everybody makes their way down pit road. All righty, looks like Luke Mahone. Joe Tardif stayed on pit road longer than everybody else. Not quite sure what happened there. Let's see if we can go ahead and pull up Joe. Hey, Joe, it's David in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I just want to say, man, you really benefited from that caution, but what happened on pit road? I wasn't expecting you to take so long back there.
I had to take tires. It was my turn to pay the tire tax. Really mad that caution came out because I think I would have been able to make it on 2 stops, and I think everybody else would have been short.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if that was going to benefit you or not. At first, I thought it might benefit you, but thinking about it, yeah, I'm not sure if that really helped you out at all. But is that what it was? Did everybody else come down and get fuel only as you took tires?
Yeah. They got back on schedule because you can run like 23, 24 laps. I got almost 25, so this should get them the rest of the way. So that kind of took my strategy call out there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for you guys. You got a fast car out there tonight. We're rooting for you, and we're wondering to see if maybe this would benefit you or not.
No, certainly was not looking for that caution.
Alrighty, Joe. Well, thanks for talking with us. Love the paint scheme, by the way. It's a good-looking car, and good luck out there.
Thank you, sir. I choose to run these paint schemes for you because you're always get excited for junior paint schemes. So.
Oh yeah, I love them. They look awesome, man. Alrighty, Joe, take it easy.
All right, buddy.
All right, there you heard it from Joe in the 88. Alrighty, some cars bring it back down pit road, just topping off on fuel. Still under caution on lap number 27. Steve Morman's going to beat them off pit road this time. And Brandon Fiedler right behind him. So Steve Morman made some ground up on pit road. He's now past Brandon Fiedler. I think a lot of cars also stayed out under that last pit stop. And it looks like Eric Olson's going to take them to green. Lights are off on the pace car, so we're getting ready to go green flag racing this time by as they head out of turn 2. And yep, there you have it. Eric Olson will lead them to green here. So Eric getting some bonus points with Craig Bridge on the outside. Alrighty, pace car's about to pull off. There's your race leader right now, Eric Olson. On lap number 27. Alrighty, pace car pulls off the track, getting ready to go green flag racing once again here at Pocono Raceway.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. Eric Olson gets those bonus points for leading a lap. Down into turn 1 they go. Eric Olson to the point. And we got some cars going 2-3 wide, and it's Zachary Ward getting crazy loose on the bottom of the track out of turn 1. He goes all the way to the bottom. They're 3 wide. Corey Goodall in the middle. Almost 4. Oh! Matthew Heel down the bottom of the track. Makes contact with another car. We stay green flag racing. Nobody is wrecked. Still 3 wide down through turn 2. Matthew Heel's just not having the night he was looking for here at Pocono, making more contact. Take a look at the lead here. Eric Olson, the 64 Oreo Chevrolet, he is doing a great job up there in the point. John Ledger looking to take that lead away on the bottom side here, the 25. They're side by side heading into turn 2. We got a race for the lead here. And there's Luke Mahone as well in the 34 car, or he scored as the 5 car on screen, but run the 34 paint scheme. He has made the pass on Eric Olson, moves his way up to P2. John Ledger, though, moves up to the point. Out of turn 3 they go. John down to the front stretch. It's going to lead another lap here. He gets those bonus points in that 25. Eric Olson just did a great job leading some laps here at Pocono, getting some great track position. Did a phenomenal job up there in the lead. Now we have 2 new leaders here. That's John Ledger and Luke Mahone, with David Galloway Jr. right behind them in the 27 car. Keep your eye on these cars. John Ledger and Luke have 2 of the fastest cars on track at the moment. Alrighty, moving up back to the field. We got some good battles going on here. There's Brent George in the 54 trying to make a pass on Craig Bridge here. Looking to the inside. Jeff Laraway also has some really good track position here. He's up in a 9th place position. Look at the battle on screen going into turn 1. 54 down the bottom of the track makes contact with Craig Bridge in the 94. That's going to slow him way down. Wes Galler, the high side, going to capitalize on that. He goes right around all those cars down in the corner. And West making up some ground. He moves up to the 8th place position. Still 2 by 2 through turn 2. That's Bryn and Matthew Heel. Into turn 3 they go. That's one of the flattest corners on the track. It's really hard to make some passes there. Almost 3 wide. It looked like the 55 of Jeffrey Belk right behind Bryn George there. Thought he might take it 3 wide. I think he backed off there just a little bit. Alrighty, guys, let's take a lap around this track. Oh, 3 wide down the backstretch. Jeffrey Belk once again looking to make the pass on Bryn George. Matthew Heel all the way on the high side. He's going to bail, though, going into turn 2. Turn 2 is really tricky. I don't think you guys can take it 3 wide. We watched earlier in the race, Zachary Ward in the middle with West on the bottom and Brandon up on the high side. It did not work out for those guys, and I think Jeffrey saw an opportunity and decided to back out of it. Just wasn't quite worth the risk. Steve Mormon also battling right there with Joe Tardif. Side by side off of turn 3. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and take a lap around the track. We're just going to pick a random car here. Let's go ahead and pick Zachary Ward. Hop on board with him and show you guys what this track looks like. So, like I was saying, Pocono is a pretty tricky track. And we'll see how Zachary Ward gets it done here. Heading into turn 2. Right behind Eric Olson in the 64 car. Now down into turn 3. This corner's really flat. It's easy to get the car loose here. I've always been really terrible at that corner. Zachary Ward now down the bottom of Eric Olson. He's going to make the pass. Down into turn 1. Car likes to push up the track here at turn 1. Depends on what line you run. Zachary was all the way down there at the bottom. Now closing in right there behind David Galloway Jr. in the 27. A little bit of tire squeal out of that number 9 car. '27 get a little loose there. Zachary Ward's closing in. See, that's where I struggle the most. The car gets a little upset there getting out of turn 3. I always either hit the wall, get too tight, or I try to lose, or I lose it, and the car wants to spin out on me. As you just saw, he made the pass on David Galloway Jr. there. So Zachary Ward now up to P4. There you have it. Jeffrey Belk not having the race he wanted out here tonight in the 55. He's lost 11 spots from where he started, a little bit off his strategy here tonight. Was hoping for a better showing here at Pocono, but it's only lap 35 of 75. We still got a lot of racing left to go. On the other hand, our biggest mover of the race is Brandon Fiedler in the 39. He's moved up 10 spots. Trying to close in on the leaders of Luke Mahone and John Ledger. John has led every single lap these last several laps. Maybe I worded that wrong. He's led a lot of laps. After passing Eric Olson on that restart, Eric got some points in, or some led some laps in here tonight. And then John Ledger moved to the point here in that 25. And it looks like Brandon's trying to make the pass on Luke Mahone here. See if they can get it done. There you have it. He's trying to go to the inside here. He's getting close to his bumper. Watch that 39 car. He's awfully fast here tonight at Pocono. Cars once again getting pretty spaced out here throughout the field. We're moving on back to Corey Goodall in the 333 car. He's looking to make the pass on Craig Bridge for P8. Matthew Heel, also the other car that's not having a great night out there tonight, looking for some speed out of that car. Matthew Heel's also a lap down, 2 laps down after being towed back to pit road. Not having the night that he wanted out here at Pocono. Matthew needs all the points he can get. He's currently looking outside of the playoffs in the red there. He's P18. Needs all the points he can get. He's not going to be able to point his way in or race his way in with a win. He has a couple wins this season, but unfortunately he has not made the 15 race minimum. So he's going to have to point his way in. And with Mark Ward dropping out of the playoffs, if he does not make it out here for the next race or two, he's about to be dropped out of the playoffs. And Steve Mormon will pick up that 16th final spot. But there's your top 20 in the in the playoff standings for the 2024 season. Oh, look at the almost made contact there with each other. That was Craig Bridge and Matthew Heel in 53. Alrighty, as they head down into turn 1, let's move back towards the front of the field here where John Ledger is leading this race, Luke Mahone behind. Brandon Feeler's lost a lot of ground, which I'm actually surprised on. He has lost a couple seconds to second place of Luke Mahone and moved his way back. Zachary Ward, a little bit of connection issue there. Let's see if the number 9 is going to make the pass in the 39 car here through turn 3. That 9 car is really coming alive, and I feel like the 39 is kind of falling off here. Zachary Ward's going to make the pass for P3 at the line on lap number 40. So 35 more laps to go here at Pocono. This race is winding down. We are over halfway now. But who is your favorite car out there tonight, guys? Who are you guys all rooting for? Lorraine came by and gave a shout out to John Ledger, who was our current race leader in the 25 car. And Sharon Laraway is rooting on the 71 of Jeff Laraway and Craig Bridge in the 94. If there's anybody else you're rooting for out there on track, give them a shout out in the comments and we'll let you know you're here, rooting your driver on. I'd pull up John. I don't want to jinx it or anything. He's in the lead. I felt like the last time I went to go interview John, I don't know if it was at Nashville or what time it was, but I jinxed him and he ended up wrecking. So we'll let these guys race it out. P1 and P2 racing really hard down into turn 2 on lap number 41. Let's go ahead and see if we pull up David Galloway Jr., 27. We haven't talked to him in a while. Hey David, it's David up in the booth. You got me?
I got you loud and clear.
Hey David, how's your race going so far?
It's I'm managing, just trying to hang on and not miss my line. I feel like we're fighting pretty good. Not too tight, not too loose. Just trying not to overshoot the corners and try to stay with them as the run goes on. Feel pretty comfortable. I start to fade about 15 laps into the run, but we're managing. We're just going to keep plugging away and see how things go.
Awesome. Well, I'm rooting for you, buddy. I see you up there in the top 10. I know you were looking really strong earlier in the race. Kind of have a little bit of a strategy going here throughout the rest of the race. Do you think you can make it to the end, or?
I don't think we can make it all the way. I think it's going to be at least, if we don't get another caution, I think we'll be looking for another 2 pit stops at least, just to make it with fuel and tires. But yeah, we're giving it all we got, and we're maintaining and staying in the top 10, and that's what I'm really hoping for with these cars. And we can show speed up front. We ran good last week up until late in the race when we got collected in that accident. Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm just not trying to push the tires as hard as I can. I'm trying to let these guys go and just potentially ride for a little bit till the next pit stop, and we'll see what we got later in the race.
Awesome. Well, sounds good, buddy. I just want to remind you, hey, you are 3rd place in the Cup season standings, so you're looking really good. And if you can keep that momentum forward, you're going to get those playoff points at the end of the series. But you're looking really good, showing some speed out of that car lately, and hopefully you get a win here shortly.
Yeah, I was a little upset after last week after getting collected late in that race. We had a top 5 car all race last week, and I was kind of devastated after that race to get collected and the mishap that happened. But we're running pretty good right now, and with it being our home track, we're managing with these guys staying in the top 10, and that's what I'm truly looking for with these cars, and knowing we're in the points and we're giving it all we got to run up front in the top 10 every week. That's all I can take, and I'm going to give them my best shot to go after them here later in the season.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking with us, David, and good luck out there. Maybe we'll talk to you later on tonight.
All righty. Thank you, sir.
Have a good one. All right, there you heard it from David Galloway in the 27. Currently running 7th place tonight at Pocono Raceway. Alrighty, moving up through the field, there's Corey Goodall, who's moved up 10 spots. Corey's making some ground up here tonight. Got around the 07 of Wes Gallo, and he has now moved up 10 spots. So right now, Corey has 1 spot over Brandon Feeler for most positions gained. Those two guys battling for the biggest mover award. And the biggest mover award is whoever can gain the most positions in a race. They get some bonus points. Corey right now looking like he's got that biggest mover award going forward. He's just got to stay up there in the top 5 as long as Brandon doesn't move up any further. Brandon right now moved up 9 spots. He's fallen off a little bit after Zachary Ward passed him a couple laps ago. And I'm not quite sure if it's tires falling off or just losing it, or if the handling is just going away in that Toyota Camry. Already moving up forward is Zachary Ward, the 9. He's in the 3rd place position. Let's see if we can pull up Zach. Hey, Zach, it's David. You got me?
Hey, David. What's up, man?
Hey, it's good to hear from you. Good to see you out there on track. How are you going?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, it's been a while. I unboxed all my stuff today, so it's been like getting my rookie stripes again. I mean, I haven't ran a lap since Nashville, so yeah. But it's starting to come back to me a little bit. Just kind of riding here, trying to save a little bit of fuel because I mean, everybody's really close.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to David about that moments ago, and he was mentioning about the same thing. And just wanted to say, hey, congrats on the move and the new home and everything like that. But also, let's take a flashback to last year. You and Joe Gregory had an amazing battle here in the Xfinity Series, and you guys put on a heck of a show. And I believe it was you that won it last year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was a fun race with Joe. We had some good battles. I remember he was running the top, and I just kept trying to work him over, but he was quick, man. I wish Joe was out here today.
Yep, we do miss Joe Gregory. He definitely put on some good races with us and had some good finishes as well. But yeah, we watched you and him battle, and you guys made the thumbnail for the broadcast tonight. Hopefully that loads up. But yeah, great photo and good finish. And thanks for sending that photo. That's a good photo you took of you guys at the start-finish line.
Not a problem. Yeah, hopefully we get another one tonight.
Well, yep, just want to say good luck out there. You guys are looking fast. You got a fast car, and hopefully you can get it done.
Thank you.
All right, Zach, we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All righty, there you heard from Zachary Ward, the number 9, who just got passed moments ago by Corey Goodall. Corey's moving up through the field. now moved up 12 spots to the 3rd place position. So Corey making up some ground out there tonight. Let's see if we can pull up Corey in the broadcast booth. Hey Corey, it's David, you got me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey Corey, man, you found some speed in that Ford Mustang, man. You're looking fast out there tonight. You got a little bit of a strategy, or did you come down pit road later than everybody else, or what is your strategy call for tonight?
Oh, I just trying to run the same line I found a few weeks ago running Pocono and officials.
Well, man, whatever you are doing, it is working. You are chasing down the leaders, moved up 3 spots. Right now, you have the most positions gained. You're plus 12, so more bonus points coming your way as long as you can keep it up there in the top.
Yeah, hopefully I can hold on to it.
Alrighty, man. Well, good luck out there. We'll be rooting for you and see if you can get it done here at Pocono.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Alrighty, good to hear from you, Corey. There's Corey Goodall running P3 here at Pocono. Alrighty, he is closing in on the leaders of Luke Mahone and John Ledger. John is still out front leading every lap of this last restart. And actually, Corey Goodall brings it down pit road. Not sure if that was a scheduled pit stop or not, but we just talked to him moments ago. He's going to make his way down pit road on lap number, it's 26 laps to go. Lap number 49 as we come to lap 50. Alrighty, John Ledger still in the lead. He's had a fast car all race long. He's just got to maintain that position over Luke Mahone and P2. Let's see if he can get it done here at Pocono. But he is the car to beat here tonight. Started on the outside row, looking to put that car in victory lane for the 2nd time this season. And he brings it down pit road too. So he's making his pit stop here at Pocono. Along with Zachary Wards, he's going to bring his car down pit road as well. And I believe, yep, just 2 cars on pit road this time. It's a sold-out crowd here at Pocono, Pennsylvania once again. Hey, Brian Fratt says, any of the EGR boys. I appreciate you for coming out and saying that, Brian. Here is some of your EGR boys on screen right now. There's Jeffrey Belk in the 55. And we also have Brandon Fiedler out there in the 39. Luke Mahone right now is running P1. Wes Gallo is in the P6 position. I was looking for Jeffrey Belk on screen as well. He's going to bring it down pit road along with Steve Mormon, the 26 car. A little bit of lockup. Oh, Steve Mormon with major wheel lockup. He had a lot of tire smoke coming off those brakes, or off those tires. He locked him up trying to make it to the minimum pit road speed. So hopefully there was no speeding penalties. Steve needs a good clean run here at Pocono. No penalties. But Luke Mahone on pit road along with Bryn George in the 54. Sunday Night Games came out and says, John is so sexy. Go, baby. I'm assuming we're talking about John Ledger here, right? John, who has one of the fastest cars on track. Kart Rookie says, let's go, John Ledger. John has a great-looking car out there as well, by the way. We'll see if he can get back up there to the lead, which he should. He is currently being scored. Oh, he is in the lead. I'm sorry. After making that pit stall and things get cycled through, he is back to the point in that 25 car. So let's see if he can get it done here at Pocono. He's looking extremely fast out there tonight. Kart Rookie says, can't wait to be back next race. Sorry, guys, a little bit behind here in the chat. Sunday Night Games also says, John Z the best. No, yeah, I was confused which John you were talking about, if it was John Ledger or John Scheidrich. So John Scheidrich also has a good-looking paint scheme as well in the 95. From Millsboro, Delaware, excuse me. John is currently running in the 11th place position. He's moved up a couple spots from where he started. Looking to make some ground up here tonight, right behind Wes Gallo in the 07 car. Kart Rookie also says, love the interviews. I appreciate that. I try to give everybody up in here. And let's go ahead and pull up Sean here in just a moment. Talk to him. Hey, John, Dave in the booth. You got me?
Hey, yes, sir. I got you. What's happening?
Hey, man, just want to give you a shout-out. One of your buddies here in the chat, Sunday Night Games, I'm not sure who that is, but said, John is so sexy, go, baby.
It's a guy I went to high school with. He's a crazy one and a piece of work. Good buddy of mine.
All righty, I just wanted to give you the heads up. Everybody's rooting for you in the comments and rooting you on.
I appreciate it, man.
But how's your race going so far out there tonight? I know you're looking to get inside the top 10. Wes is right there in front of you for a top 10 spot. Can you make it here to the end on 22 laps?
No, I can't, unfortunately. I wish I could because I feel super good on the long run. I'm staying like well in the low 54s on the long run when I'm like almost out of fuel. So that's nice. But yeah, I definitely got to come down one more time. And I'm just trying to figure out when and how I want to do that.
All righty. Well, man, good luck out there tonight. We'll be rooting you on and hopefully make up some points here tonight. And good luck out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I had a tough week last week. I caught up in almost every yellow possible. So we're going to try to get it in the top 10 at the very least. We'll be happy with that.
Yeah, Chicagoland was just caution after caution. That was a rough race, but I'm sure you'll rebound nicely.
I appreciate it.
Alrighty, John, it was good talking to you. We'll maybe talk to you later on.
Thank you.
There you heard it from John Scheidrich. Right now looking and make his way into the top 10. Alrighty, moving up back to the front of the pack here. It's Corey Goodall who is leading them into turn 2. He currently has the point lead, and Luke Mahone has overtaken John Ledger. John Ledger's fell back to P3 here with Zachary Ward right behind him. So a little bit of shakeup here with 21 laps to go. Corey Goodall to the lead. Let's see if he can get it done for the second time this season. Corey Goodall has won here earlier in the season. He has one win so far, looking to get his second win of the season. He's got some fast cars behind him. Don't want to mess him up or jinx him, but he's looking extremely fast here at Pocono tonight. Oh, Matthew Karakoff is Kart Rookie. Is Kart Rookie steal your son's account or something on YouTube? That's what I was kind of assuming. I thought that was steal. Or unless that's your account, I can't remember. Yeah, man, Matthew, I wish you were out there racing with us. I know you've had some success here in the iRacing Fun League. And right now, you still are locked in the playoffs. So you're currently third right now in the playoff standings with 2 wins, 15 playoff points for winning that truck season. Did amazing that truck season, so you got a lot of points, and that successfully puts you way ahead of everybody in the playoff standings. So looking forward to having you back on track and having you make it out here when you can. Look at this second, third back here. These cars are all bunched up together as they make their way around Craig Bridge in the 94. Down through turn 2, Zachary Ward gets around the 94. These two cars racing really hard for position. Zachary Ward wants that top 3 spot back. John trying to get back up there to the lead. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here with Corey Goodall. He's got a fast car out there. We'll see if he can make it all the way to the end with 19 laps to go. Down the front stretch they go into turn number 1. 18 laps to go this time by. Eric Olson is also looking pretty good out there right now. He's currently in the 7th place position. He's moved up a lot of spots here tonight, moved up +9. He is currently the 2nd biggest mover of the race behind Corey Goodall, who has the lead. I believe Corey started in the back and has moved up 14 spots to the point lead. So Corey Goodall found a lot of success in that car here tonight. Eric Olson is the 2nd biggest mover, looking to gain some points here. Eric Olson also in the playoffs as well. Steve Mormon behind him in the 8th place position at 26. Oh, that's right. Soccer Keeper is Steele. Okay. You hate missing these last 2 races. You missed, I don't know if you missed Chicagoland. A lot of these drivers are pretty upset after Chicagoland. So you did miss an exciting one, but I don't know if you really missed the actual race itself. It was a tough one. Had some issues with a certain driver on track, and had to make a judgment call. That driver's no longer in the league. Last race at Chicagoland, we witnessed a couple wrecks, and a couple of those wrecks looked intentional to us. There was 2 hooks, and just some really aggressive racing from one of these drivers, and actually had to remove that driver because they did not fit. They were not fit for the iRacing Fun League. Guys, the iRacing Fun League here is designed to just have some fun, go out there, make some friends, and blow off some steam after work. And we're just a bunch of guys that like to go out there and race and have a good time. And if you come out here and just want to wreck and make some aggressive moves and bump people out of the way, we encourage you to find a different league to race in, because that's not what we're all about here in the Fun League. But other than that, though, Chicagoland, yeah, we had like 5 cautions, and it was a decent race to watch, but I don't know if these drivers that raced it had a good time or not. Corey a little bit loose getting out of turn 3 that time by. That car had a little bit of wiggle out of turn 3. "15 laps to go this time by. Luke Mahone is 1.3 seconds back off the leader. John Ledger is 1.8 back in 3rd. So 15 laps to go. Corey Goodall, see if he can hang on to that lead. He's looking pretty fast here, but Luke Mahone looks like he's closing in. Matthew Karikoff says, "Good turnout tonight and solid racing. Like watching my competitors and how talented they are." Yeah, we've had a good turnout here tonight. 17 racers. Looks like Matthew Heel has officially left the track. We watched him have a couple issues earlier in the race. He was the first and only caution of the race, where he had fresh tires, got really loose coming off a pit road, and lost the car, had to tow it, and had heavy damage to that 53 car. So Matthew Heel off track and out of the race. Joe Tardif right now not looking, not having the race he wanted here tonight. He is currently back in 12th in the number 88. Has some contact on the right front of that car. Looks like he might have grazed the wall a couple times, or I'm not sure if that's slowing him down, but he is definitely pretty far back in the field. Alrighty, moving up back to the front here. It's Corey Goodall, 14 laps to go out of turn 3. He is showing some speed here with Luke Mahone right behind him. He has actually left second place a little bit, and he's 1.4 seconds over second place. So not too bad. Corey Goodall showing a lot of speed in that Ford Mustang. We've actually have not had very many Ford Mustang wins here lately. Looking back to the Xfinity season, I'm not sure if... By the way, here's Corey Goodall's only win here at Daytona this season in that truck. First win of the year. But the Xfinity season, I can't remember if we had a Ford Mustang win in the Xfinity cars or not, but so far in the Cup season, let me see if I can pull that up. Oops, I did not mean to press that. Sorry, guys. My apologies, guys. I was pulling up the Cup season standings, and it looks like Brandon, we have a Camry win, 2 Camry wins, and a Chevy win. So we do not have any Ford Mustang wins yet. So let's see if the Ford Mustang can get it done for the first time this season. Oh, Corey Goodall actually on pit road with 12 laps to go. I am sorry. Corey bringing down pit road. That shakes things up, so Luke Mahone now to the point, 12 laps to go. So here's Luke Mahone now to the lead in the 34 car. John Ledger right behind him. And Zachary Ward has now moved up to P3. So 1, 2, and 3 all very close together with 11 laps to go this time. John Ledger, it's still anybody's race. Look at him all over the bumper, Luke Mahone. He drops down the inside, looking to the inside, not going to quite get there. He falls back off the pace a little bit here. Let's see if Zachary Ward's going to get around him for P2. Gives him a little bit of bump there into turn 3. Gave John a huge bump. Right now on board with Zachary Ward in the number 9. He is right there behind John Ledger in the 25 and Luke Mahone in the lead. Looked like the 25 just grazed the apron. Oh, he's crazy loose out of turn 2. Zach in the wall. Grazed the wall. A lot of action going on in that corner. As we were watching from the cockpit, he makes the pass on John Ledger. Ledger got really loose out of turn 1, and he falls back off the pace a little bit. Zachary Ward now moves up to P2. He's closing in on Luke Mahone. He's under a second back. Let's see if he can close in with 10 laps to go. It's going to be 9 to go this time by at the line. Let's see if he can catch Luke Mahone in these closing laps. So we'll move on back to Corey Goodall in the 333. He currently has the freshest tires on track, but he's kind of towards the tail end of the lead lap. Right now being scored in P12. I wasn't sure if he was going to make it to the end on that pit strategy, kind of throwing a curveball and running a different strategy from the rest of the pack. So he kind of went for a Hail Mary move here. I think he had to come in for at least fuel, and maybe he was just a few laps short. So we'll see what's going to happen here with 9 laps to go. I think a caution would really save Corey Goodall if he can. If he did take tires in that last pit stop. If a caution comes out, he'll probably stay out, and that would definitely help Corey Goodall out as he makes the pass on Laraway. Laraway falls back to 12. Corey Goodall up to P11. Alrighty, moving up here to the front. It's 8 laps to go, and Zachary Ward is closing the gap on that 34 car. Luke Mahone sees him in his mirror, and he's probably starting to sweat here with 8 to go. Not quite sure if he's going to hold him off. He's going to have to make that car pretty wide if he wants to keep Zachary Ward back there. Zachary Ward knows how to get it done. As we mentioned earlier in this race, Zach won last year here in the iRacing Fun League. He had that incredible battle with Joe Gregory. And we'll pull that up real quick as we're talking about that. So right now, there is the screenshot I was talking about. There is Joe Gregory in the 78 along with Zachary Ward in the number 9. That is at the start-finish line at Pocono last year. If you guys missed that race, it was a pretty good race. But those two guys stole the show last year, had some great battles. But that is the screenshot I was talking about. Zachary Ward won that race. We are currently watching the 2 leaders right now, Luke Mahone, Zachary Ward, and we're going to see if Zach can make the pass on Luke Mahone with 7 laps to go. Into turn 3 they go. Zach to the bottom. I notice he's better off of turn 3 than anybody else on track. Down, he is catching him. He is on his bumper. The line that Zach runs out of turn 3 is super smooth. I've seen him run it smoother than anybody else on track. And if he can maintain that kind of speed and that line, he might be able to just get around Luke Mahone. 6 laps to go here at Pocono. Down into turn 2 they go. Zachary Ward all over Luke Mahone. If I know Zach, he might make his move in the final couple laps. Maybe just setting it up, saving some tires here, but I'm sure Luke Mahone is starting to sweat, seeing that number 9 in the mirror. And that's what I'm talking about. Look at how much Zachary Ward gains on the leader coming out of turn 3. He is all over. Falls back a little bit here in the front stretch, but looking to the inside here. Look at the speed. He's catching that draft. This is going to be an exciting finish. 5 laps to go this time. Eric Olson on pit road for the final time here tonight. 5 laps to go. Corey Goodall right now has moved up to the 10th place position as he's trying to make his way through the field. So there's your 2 leaders. Right now, Joe Tardif in the 88. He is currently running P8 with Wes Gallo right in front of him, P7. Steve Morman's having a good night out there tonight, P6. Bryn George is top 5. Four laps to go. Bryn George looking for those points. He is inside the top 16 in the playoffs, looking for some bonus points. Trying to get all the points he can get. He's P14 right now in the playoff standings. All right, 3 laps to go at the line. It's still the battle between Luke Mahone and Zachary Ward for P1 and P2. John Scheidrich, he might be on some new tires here. He is catching Zachary Ward. He is also 1 lap down at the moment. He was at the tail end of the field, and the leaders just passed him moments ago, or a lap or 2 ago. But he's showing some speed in that car. John just needs some luck to go his way in that number 95. He's got some speed in that car. Just needs that track position and needs a little bit of luck to go his way. We spoke to him moments ago. Chicagoland was kind of a mess for everybody, including him. Another lap car right in front of Luke Mahone here. That is the 71 of Jeff Laraway. And he's going to drop down to the inside, let the leaders on by. So Laraway now down 1 lap. Scheidrich is going to pass him on the inside. Corey Goodall moving his way through the field. It's not going to be quite enough, though, as we go 1 flag, or 1 to go here in just a moment. Corey is right now in P9. But here we go through turns 3. John's made the pass on Zachary Ward here. I'm not sure if Zach's too happy about that. He is all over his bumper. But white flag in the air. Luke Mahone takes the white flag for the final time here at Pocono Raceway. And Zachary Ward lost a lot of ground. Not quite going to have enough to beat Luke Mahone. He's going to need a miracle here if he wants to win this one. Down through turn 2 for the final time. Luke Mahone has the lead, just over half a second in front of Zachary Ward in the number 9. Into the final turn. Scheidrich down the bottom of the track. That's a lap car. Trying to get his lap back. He wiggles it. And it's Luke Mahone with the win. Man, that got really sketchy really fast. John Scheidrich made the pass on the leader in the final corner. Not quite sure what he was doing there, but he got really loose. Lost it down on the inside. And brings it to a stop after the start-finish line. Oh, man. But there you have it, Luke Mahone, who wins it here at Pocono. Gets his second win of the Cup Series season. And we'll pull him up here in just a moment. We'll go through the the final race standings, and it's Luke Mahone. Zachary Ward comes home P2. John Ledger comes home P3. Brandon Fiedler comes home P4. Didn't have quite the day he was looking for. That's last race winner. Bryn George brings home P5. Good points day for Bryn. Steve Mormon also comes home P6. Joe Tardif P7. P8 was Wes Gallo. P9 Corey Goodall. And P10 David Galloway. Alrighty. I'm not quite sure if he's bumping them or if he ran out of gas, but there is Luke Mahone and Bryn George through turn 3. Pushing him back to the front stretch here. This is a really big track. 2.5 miles, so it takes them quite a ways. Bryn pushing him here to the front stretch. Alrighty, there you have it. Luke Mahone with plenty of fuel in the tank to do a victory burnout here at Pocono. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if we can pull up Luke Mahone in the chat here. Bear with me for just a moment, guys. Sorry about that. I lost my screen here. Hey, Luke, congratulations on the win. Burning it down here at Pocono, getting your second win of the Cup season. How did it go for you? You were fast out there all race long.
It went great. It was definitely a fuel-saving race. Thought Ledger could have. He was definitely the one to beat for me. He was pretty fast, and then that one caution came out, and we realized we're not going to be able to make it unless we save. So we started saving. Did it as late as we could, and then I was saving that whole run, clutching in. So definitely a interesting way to win a race, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say, definitely, it was pretty interesting watching you and Zachary Ward battle there, and I thought if Zach didn't, I don't know if he had some tire fall off or what happened there. He was looking really fast. He was going to make the pass, and then all of a sudden he just fell back in the last 2 laps, so that was kind of interesting. But yeah, you and John Ledger, though, had the 2 fastest cars all race long, and I'm not sure what happened there in the like 10 to go, but John Ledger fell back there and finished P3. But you guys were putting on some good racing.
I think he realized he wasn't going to make it, and so he decided to start fuel saving, salvage what he could. I think Ward, we were all fuel saving to the end there. I don't know if you noticed, because I was running like 54, like 5s when I could have been running 53s. So yeah, we were definitely all trying to make it, and I'm glad we did. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a fun race to watch, and you definitely had a good car out there. Awesome to see you win it here once again. The other thing I was going to mention to you is Forgot what it was. I'm sorry. But yeah, just want to say congratulations on the win, and definitely a good race. He didn't have to battle with Heel very much out there. He was the only caution of the race.
yeah.
Lost it,
Oh, yeah,
and
was he? Oh.
I
Yep,
think
I
what he
heard
did,
almost
he got
putting in and
loose
all
on new
for it.
tires and lost it out of pit road.
Yeah. I mean,
So, anyways, congratulations on the win. Good to see you in victory lane once again, and good race. Good talking with you. We'll talk to you later on.
all right, man. See ya.
Yep. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Alrighty, there is your race winner, Luke Mahone, burning it down here in Pocono. And let's go ahead and pull up Zachary Ward here in the number 9. Hey, Zach, pulling you up once again. Congrats on P2. I know it's not the position you were looking for, but you had a fast car out there. And what happened there in the closing laps? Just didn't have enough fuel, or did you car falling off or handling falling off?
Nah, I mean, I still felt like, I mean, it's so hard to pass here anyway at Pocono. You can't really, I mean, you got to have a big run to make, like, to complete a pass. So, I mean, I had a couple runs that I thought about taking, but I was just like, I was right there on the cusp of making it. So I didn't want to jump out and lead and then run out. So I was planning on just trying to jump out with like maybe 2 to go, 1 to go, something like that. But I mean, I overdrove 1 with like 2 to go, and it was just too big of a gap to where I couldn't make it back up to set a pass up. So, but yep, I was sputtering coming off at 3, so I didn't even make it back to the line.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you had a really fast car there, and you were chasing down the leader, and I wasn't sure if maybe you were running out of gas there towards the end, but you barely just had enough to make it, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I was in save mode from when we came out. I mean, when they came back down and topped off in that when we had that yellow, I was like, I don't know if giving up the track position is worth it just because it was so hard to pass. But I mean, that ended up being the race winning move because he could pick it up whenever we picked it up. So, but I mean, it was good racing on his part. He played the right strategy and drove a good race. So, congrats to Luke again. I gotta beat him one of these times.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta beat him. Well, it's good talking to you, Zach. Thanks for all that you do in the Fun League, and good to see you out there once again. And thanks for talking with us. Congrats on P2.
Thank you for the broadcast too. Can't wait to watch it back. So, we'll be back out next week.
Alrighty, sounds good. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.
All right, have a good one.
All right, there you heard it from runner-up finisher Zachary Ward, who finishes P2 in the number 9 Chevrolet. Let's see if John Ledger's out there. See if we can pull him up. Hey, John, it's David on the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, David?
Hey, man, we were rooting for you. You had a really fast car out there, and we thought maybe you were going to get it done here, but did you not have enough fuel to get to the end?
No, I should have come back down under that one caution and topped off. I was max saving as soon as the green dropped after the caution.
Okay, yeah, we were speaking to Luke Mahone, and he was mentioning that, yeah, you fell back a little bit and you were in max fuel savings mode. But man, you had a rocket ship out there in that car tonight, and we were really hoping maybe you can get it done.
Yeah, I think I had a good shot last week at Chicagoland, but monsoons took my power out and took me out of the race.
Yeah, we all saw that, unfortunately.
But no, I'm happy with my run. I usually don't like Pocono very much. I've had a lot of bad luck here, and it just races completely different than most tracks that it gets hard to figure out what you need to do to get to the front.
Right. Yep, I definitely hear you on that.
Yeah, I was actually surprised earlier in the run. Me and Luke were able to pull away from the field by about 2 seconds, and Pocono is a very draft-dependent track.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say I watched a couple of you guys getting that draft down the front stretch, and you really can make up a lot of ground and get to that bumper of the car in front of you, and it was pretty interesting to watch throughout the race.
Yeah, I just hope we put on a good show. Like I was actually honestly surprised not to see Brandon closer up with us.
Yeah, we were kind of interested in that as well. As I was broadcasting this race, Brandon moved his way all the way up through the field towards the lead, and then he kind of fell back there towards the middle of the race, and then he rebounded nicely to P4, but kind of fell off though there, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on with the car, if the handling wasn't there. But yeah, not quite the race we were expecting out of Brandon.
It's definitely shaping up to be a good battle for the championship, though.
Oh, definitely. It is. You're definitely locked into playoffs, and you're looking solid as far as the standings go. But so another good run from you and P3. So congrats on another podium finish, and you're looking pretty solid in the point standing so far.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting going into the championship.
Oh, definitely. Hey, John, just want to say thanks for talking with us. It's always fun to pull you up here in the booth, and congrats. And we'll have a good weekend, man. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Yep, you too. Be safe out there.
All right, you too, John. All right, there you heard it from third place finisher John Ledger in the 25 Monster Energy Chevy Camaro. Good looking paint scheme, John. Love it. That's my favorite on track. All righty, P4 was Brandon Fiedler in the 39. And let's see if we can talk to him real quick because we want to ask him a few questions out here tonight. Hey, Brandon, it's David up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, David?
Hey, Brandon, looking fast out there once again, as always. P4, not too bad. Not the race you're probably looking for out there. I saw you make your way through the field, and it looked like you had a really fast car for these leaders, but kind of fell off there towards the middle of the race. What happened with the car?
Saving gas. That's all I can say. Once we hit a certain point, we knew we had to save gas, and we honestly didn't know if John or if Zach were going to make it because all the EG guys pitted the latest out of anybody, and we barely made it across the line with enough gas. So we were just all of a sudden I just decided, okay, we have to save fuel just to trying to get the best possible result we could, and luckily it worked out. Would I wish I did a little finished a little bit better? Yeah, but fourth place is still fine with me.
Yep, still a good solid points day overall, so not too shabby. But yeah, another top 5 for you. You just keep plucking those top 5s away. You got so many already this season.
Yeah, like I said, as long as I can keep going, I can get it. My goal is to get as close to Corey for the season points lead as possible, like the regular season points lead. But I don't think I'm going to be able to pass him, but I can at least make huge strides to get as many points as I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say he is pretty far ahead of you in the overall point standings, but you just had a top 5 every single race so far this Cup Series, and right now in the overall standings, it looks like you're roughly P8 or so in the overall points.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 top 10s, 8 top 5s, looking really solid with 4 wins. Not too bad though. But yeah, Corey Goodall, he's just stacking up those points. He's just been really smooth and consistent all year long.
Oh, for sure.
But alrighty, Brandon, it was good talking with you. Thanks for coming up here in the booth and having a chat. And good luck out there. And we'll talk to you next week. And have a good weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. You too.
Alrighty, there you guys heard it from P4 finisher Brent Fiedler. P5 was Bryn George. And I think Bryn has left the track. And I think that's going to pretty much do it here tonight. So there's your top 5 finishers. And we'll pull up that one more time. You know what, guys? I completely forgot that this screen was available. I don't think I've ever pulled that up throughout the season. Hopefully you guys can read that. But there's your race results. Luke Mahone is your biggest winner. Race winner here at Pocono. Biggest, the fastest car really tonight here. Had a great... I'm sorry, I cannot talk. Luke Mahone had the best car on track. We really wanted to see more of a battle between Zachary Ward and Luke Mahone. Zach, though, mentioned, along with a lot of these other drivers, that he didn't have enough fuel to get to the end. So we watched that in the closing laps. It kind of became almost a fuel strategy race. Corey Goodall also had a really interesting strategy and almost made it work. He came home P9, led a lot of laps here tonight. So Corey Goodall getting those bonus points for leading the laps. And I believe Corey Goodall, did he get the most positions gained? He did not. Brandon Fiedler, who came home P4, had 9 positions gained. And Corey Goodall came home P9 with 6 positions. So he didn't get those points, but still overall a good solid points day for Corey. And there's your results, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll go ahead and pull up the point standings one more time, and we'll go ahead and pull up. There is your point standings, and Brandon Fiedler has the overall Cup season lead with Corey Goodall right behind him, David Galloway in 3rd, Steve Morham's 4th, and Joe Tardif rounds out your top 5 in the Cup Series point standings. And then, guys, we'll go ahead and pull up the Cup schedule. And right now, we just finished Pocono, which was a makeup race. We were supposed to run Pocono when iRacing had that downtime, or I say downtime, but they were, I guess, hacked or something. I'm not quite sure what was going on. There was a DDoS attack for iRacing, and we couldn't race this on Thursday night. So we actually had to move this race further through the schedule. So that's why you see on the schedule for July 18th, it was Indianapolis, and then it was supposed to be a 2-week break for the Olympics. But we ended up fitting Chicagoland and Pocono down through the schedule. So that's why we ran this race tonight. So we will pick this back up next week on August 8th at Richmond. So a little short track racing. It's going to be kind of nice actually to get back to some short track racing because we've been at a lot of these super speedways here: Nashville, Chicagoland, Pocono, Indianapolis, and then I'm sorry, we already said Pocono. But those tracks are all like 1.5 miles and greater. So those tracks all been super speedways. Richmond's going to be the true short track of this series, and I think is actually the shortest track in the next gen Cup Series schedule. So it's going to be interesting to see who can have the fastest car there at Richmond and who has the best short track game. So guys, there's your schedule. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and head out. I hope you guys all enjoyed the broadcast as always, and try to put on a show for you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week at Richmond. Have a good weekend, guys. Stay safe. We're out.